Vlog, what is happening? We are back. I'm trying to be more consistent on YouTube just to document my life, my journey, and just post along the way. So here we are. Today is Saturday. I've got a full day of stuff to do, so what a better day to then document it all. So let's do it. First things first is got to take the puppers out, got to take them for a walk before we do anything. Now that that's taken care of, we can now eat our first meal, which is going to be oatmeal with peanut butter and honey. It's absolutely an elite pre-workout meal before the gym. It's so fire. Two minutes. Absolute fire, does not miss. If you're not eating oatmeal with peanut butter and honey, highly suggest it. It's actually fire. It literally tastes like dessert. And it's like not a ton of calories either. Good old Georgia. Fall weather, can't beat it with a stick. Squad, what is happening? So a quick update of what we've been up to. About a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, we were in West Palm shooting a baseball tournament, probably the biggest tournament of the year for travel baseball. Unreal competition, so many scouts at the MLB level and college level. Really cool to see because, I mean, I played the game of baseball a lot and I ain't never seen that many scouts, so very interesting, cool experience. And we came back to Georgia for a little bit, had 2 shoots to do. We had a media day for track and field. I've got that up on my page. We did a hype reel and then we did photos of the whole team. So yeah, the media day was fire. Those are probably one of my favorite types of shoots because the people that are in the media day, they love them and they love the final result, and it's just sick concept, music blasting. But then we had my girlfriend's white coat ceremony in Spartanburg, South Carolina. So I went up there to see her for 3 to 4 days and celebrate her white coat. Congrats, Kenzie, if you're watching this. Then we came back and we had another shoot with Reinhardt Baseball. I do all their social media and stuff like that. So did that, and then we got a text from a guy I've done a little bit of work for with the landscaping, and he asked if I wanted to fly out to Louisville, Kentucky and shoot Hardscape North America. Basically follow him and Jose and Eric Zamora around. His name's Mario Gambasini, and basically just make them a YouTube video where they could use the YouTube clips for short form content. Hardscape North America was sick. I'm not even in landscaping or hardscaping, but I mean, it was just a cool experience. There was some classes the guys went to that I recorded, and they were about sales and business, so I got to take away some stuff from that and learn a little bit, just some new techniques and kind of how to sell yourself a little more and stand out from the pack. So it was good. I had a lot of fun. Never been to Louisville, Kentucky, and I'm always willing to travel for work, so that's why I love what I do. But we were headed to the gym. I gotta get an energy drink before. Good old Reign Energy. Reign, if you're watching this, sponsor me, promise. Won't be a bad sponsor, be the best sponsor you've ever had. Elite. Orange Dreamsicle, probably the best flavor, no bias. You can't change my mind. And if you're having the worst day ever, this is probably the best sound you could ever hear. Woo! Little taste test. Never misses, never misses. Ah, isn't she beautiful? It's shoulder day, gonna be a quick one, probably like 45 minutes. Let's do it. All right, that wraps up shoulder day. Solid. Now the baseball's over, shoulders are incorporated in my workouts more since I'm not throwing anymore. But focus on some pull-ups, just nice and steady, slow and control, and hopped on the treadmill to get some steps because the rest of the day I'm going to be at the desk editing. So it's grind time. And I almost forgot that I gotta get some food on the way home because there is absolutely no food in my fridge at home because I was on a road trip and I came home last night to an empty fridge and it was no bueno. So we need to stack up with some of the goods for the week. The groceries have been acquired, so let's get a little run through. We got 60 eggs, box, love these. We got 5 pounds of meat, of chicken. We got 6 pounds of ground beef meat. We got blueberries, strawberries for the smoothies, milk, rice cakes, hot sauce, lily goes on everything, cheese, And then we got 3 things of whole kettle corn and 3 things of seasoned black beans for the chicken. Grocery haul complete. Little ground beef post gym, absolutely elite meal. And here's the finished product with a protein shake. We got ground beef, eggs, cheese, and hot sauce. Can't beat it with a stick. All right, we are finally at the desk. It is time to knock out some editing. I've got a couple projects on my hand. First one I've already started is a YouTube video for the Rise and Build, the landscaping hardscaping event that I just was at in Kentucky. I'm making a YouTube video for them. Basically, they just interviewed a bunch of people and I got some B-roll of them, and I'm just making a recap video for their YouTube. It is probably one of the longest videos I've made. It's an hour and 12 minutes, which is very long for YouTube, but it's got a whole ton of value and just a lot of great stuff in it for their type of niche and their type of work. So I've got 20 more minutes about that on editing. I've got some finishing touches to do on that, and then we'll be done with that. And then I've got another project, which is like a documentary travel film of a family friend that did a exploring trip in Norway. I think he did 10 days, and I am editing the whole project, and I just gotta make sure everything's organized. He's sending me all the files, so I've got day 1 through 3, and I've gotta organize all that and make sure it's all in the right places so I can find it, edit it, and then have it, because I keep everything, and I wanna make sure I stay organized because it's way easier to find stuff when you're organized and not sloppy. And then the third project is a baseball company. They are pictures only, and I have to make a YouTube video with their footage of basically kind of a recap intro, and then following into some gameplay highlights of the top players in the country that they followed around and are sponsored by their brand, I believe. Should be good. Currently 5 o'clock. This is probably gonna take a couple, if not several hours to do, but that's part of the process. This is probably my favorite part, because how I put it is you get to film stuff, then you get to put that sauce on it, which is your editing, and yeah, just make it yours. So I think this is probably my favorite part of the whole process of being a creative. Let's knock them out. Everyone, this is my dog, Mr. Skipper. He is the absolute GOAT. Skip. I love him, and he is my best friend. All right, YouTube video number 1 is done. Basically, I just followed these guys around like I was saying before. They did a bunch of interviews. I took a bunch of B-roll for the video for Jose and Eric Zamora and Mario Gambasini that own this company. And as you can see in the timeline, there's a ton of cuts. It's probably my longest project. Took a minute, but it was absolutely a blast. I had a good time at this event. And so, yeah. On to project number 2, where we are organizing a bunch of footage and putting it in the right places so I have it for later. Bang. I figured I'd do a desk tutorial, so this is what I'm kind of working with. I got an IKEA desk, I love it. I got a little laptop stand on my laptop, got Frame I open, just drop that footage or that video into Frame for the client. Got my monitor, I love this monitor, 32-inch Samsung Odyssey G5. I got my hard drive hooked up to my laptop for all the storage and keeping all the files. And then I've got my light bar button. Light bar is kind of clutch. I think it gives a good feel to the desk, especially at night. Got my sticky notes. If I ever got something I need, I always put a sticky note right here just so I know that's the first thing I need to do. And yeah, that's basically it. Got my mouse, keyboard, little lens puffer. You never know, you always need those. But that's pretty much the setup. All right, project 2 is complete. We've now organized days 1, 2, and 3 of the footage that my family friend has sent me, and I'm still waiting on 4, 5, and 6, and 7. So this whole thing is gonna make the editing process a whole lot easier, because I can just go in day 1, slap all that footage on the timeline, then day 2, then day 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So overall, I'm not just sorting through one folder of footage and then having to scroll up, down 24/7 for every single clip in order. And this will speed up everything, because then I can put the music, and it's just a whole lot easier. And yeah, once I get days 4, 5, 6, and 7, I'm gonna do the same thing for this, for the folders, and divide them into the days, and then get started on the whole project, and then bang it out. So now we have project 3, which is the editing the baseball highlight video in Jupiter, perfect game tournament for the baseball company, and get into that. All right, before I start editing project 3, my buddy called me. He wants to go for a 4-mile run. Isn't that right, Rossi?
That's right.
That's right. And so, gonna bang that out, and then we'll eat dinner, and then we'll get to work on project 3.
Project 3, baby.
Rossi, what
project
you got to say? This guy's like on crack, it feels like. All right, 4-mile run done. We got some chicken on the pan. For the run, we had a 9:08 pace, 4 miles. It's kind of chilly. Georgia's getting kind of cold. And yeah, gonna probably make a smoothie and then eat up. All right, dinner is served. We got chicken, cheese, corn, black beans, and hot sauce with a smoothie. And then we got some banana ball playing Auburn. All right, dinner's done. We're all showered up. We're sitting back at the desk to start project 3, where we are downloading all this footage from Dropbox. Literally all this footage. We're not even 1/4 of the way down. Woo, got a long time ago, but once all this footage gets downloaded, which might be by tonight, I don't know. It's already 11:30 and I have a shoot tomorrow, so I gotta get up at 6:30 for that. So the editing might have to be tomorrow, which is fine. I have plenty of time for this project. All I gotta do is make an intro video with all the B-roll and the highlight clips from the gameplay, and then just put gameplay after that. So it should be simple, especially since all this is in order. I can just slap it on the timeline, take all the bad stuff out, cut it up to make sure it looks good. It's all pretty quick, and color grade it all. So that's pretty much it. Spent about 5.5 hours at the desk today. I mean, that's my Saturday. Every day is not in the field, shooting out, traveling, which is fine. I mean, you gotta have these days, and I think in my mind, these are the best days because you get to capture all these moments and then you get to bring all the moments to life on camera with the editing process. So I definitely think that's my favorite part. But I appreciate you guys watching. That is my day in the life as a 23-year-old business owner, still in college in his master's on a Saturday. Bang, I had a lot of fun. On to the next.